Okay, all right, go.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, sign all three. Let's call the meeting to order. I need a motion and a second to approve the meeting previous minutes as presented. Green, Roach, all in favor? All opposed?
Aye.
Anybody else? Sure.
Yeah, there's two people on WebEx. It's gonna be a little bit harder to hear you guys because we are having technical difficulties. So if you guys could talk loud, can you guys hear us?
I can hear you.
Can you hear the committee?
I can hear everybody talking.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No capital asset review. We'll hop into sheriff. Go ahead and pay his bills.
Okay, 6,953.66 for 001,040. 71,354.47 for 001,052. $2,897.73 for 001,023. 19,286.72 for 029. Hand drums, $5,756.33 for 001,040. 2,358.20 for 001,052, and that's it.
Any questions or comments on the bills? Now I have a motion by Green, second by Roach. All in favor? All
Aye.
opposed? Motion carried. Jason?
So the food service bids came in, 3 out of 4 vendors turned bids in, by the required time of yesterday. I'll open them up here, obviously, unless somebody wants to do it differently, we normally, Mark and myself will go through one of them. Gonna leave, I'm not carrying those in my office, I'm gonna leave them here, whoever wants to take them, I appreciate it if you wanna go through it. Please feel free to go through it. If you have any questions about it, do ask. And then the next meeting, Mark and I will, I should say, we'll report back as to what we decided on with the lowest bid, and we'll bring a full bid sheet to show and make sure everybody's in compliance and, bid them all be. That's all I got on this, unless anybody has any questions.
Questions, comments? Are you gonna go through that situation?
Yeah, well, the rest of what's going on, I'll mark all that down so we have it, before I leave today. And that way, if we have to kick any of them out, which I don't think we will, because these bids were very easy to follow. We'll know before the meeting's over.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. I don't have any new business for you today. I just wanted to tell you all that I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I just wanted to introduce, I don't know if any of you have met Jason Martin. He's been with the sheriff's office for about 20 years. He's been patrolling, but he's currently the chief deputy in the sheriff's office. I work as my own. Should be up here all.
Questions or comments?
Thank you.
Real quick, then just an update on the medical, a lot more deep. We hope to have it ready to go out for bid at the next one.
Okay.
Mark is still working on it.
Thank you. All right, thank you. We'll move forward. Corner, you're gonna go last. Kick it into animal control now. His bills.
All right, for 055,000, $1,943.11, and for 037, 2,228.45.
Hey, a motion by Green, second by Roach, to pay the bills. All in favor? All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, Doc.
Say I confused about this year exactly. Somebody explain it to me.
Well, we got an auditor right there waiting for it. Okay.
Preparing the budget sheets and then.
She did last year.
Okay.
For years I sat down with Sharon, our secretary.
Okay, yeah.
Oh. Sit down, Melissa, speak to her first.
She's gonna be, but. So I can get that. Yeah. I know it's not. Done that.
So guys,
So you can read it.
Stephanie?
that's it. Software. So, still waiting. It's John.
Any questions for Dot? Thanks. I need a motion and a second to approve his report. Green. Roach, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next up. Going to EMA now.
Bills received for EMA 5,377.50 for 001-048 for 067-9723 and drawn for 001-048 795.96.
Questions or comments on the bills? Green, second by Roach, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, man.
No, I just wanted to ask if anybody had any questions about the report that got emailed out to them. So just a couple things that were not on the report. Last week, if you recall, weeks ago, there was a second fire up in Rockton. So I have stuff up last week. And this week, in response to the Superior Battery fire in Morris, response team over to Morris and established an animal shelter. We didn't set it up, the guard set it up, but we staffed it over. But it was for 3 animals of the same family, so I talked to the full administrator over there. We were able to stand down there on Thursday. So that's a couple things that were last minute that were not part of my report because it happened after I sent that out. If you'll notice in the report for things coming up in August. In August, first week of August, neither one of us will be able to exercise that entire week. Our EOC will be staff for an exercise that week. So, especially that Thursday. So we will not next month. Neither one of us will be. So, that's really all from as far as my report's concerned. So.
Questions or comments on the report? Joanne, you want to make that motion?
Sure. Can I ask a quick question though?
Yes.
So I keep cutting out. I'm not sure if I've got all this. But did I hear them, Connie, say that they will not be at August meeting?
Correct.
So what about budget? Are you doing that today?
No, I'm not prepared to do that.
Not prepared.
Okay. Thank you.
You're not prepared. Lee, you want to second that?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, that's good.
So the only other thing that's on our agenda for today is under new business. As you drove in the lot this morning, if you, a red pickup parked back by our building, it is there now until something is done. Tower 3 weeks ago. We had it budgeted. to replace it this year, half this fiscal year, slating half next, in 2022. Unfortunately, 3 weeks ago, attention that the tower is starting to separate on two of them. So, we had somebody up from Peoria, regular communication. You need to have somebody come up this tower now and get an anchor, because otherwise it's gonna come down. And it's gonna do more damage. And so we do that, and he said an engineer. So we contacted, Don Arnett, between him and maintenance. They were able to come out and secure it, temporary Band-Aid, of course, but they were able to secure it for now, until it can be used. So that's what we're looking at. In our budget, we, 15,000, the total project is 30,000. And we budgeted 15,000 for this year and 15,000 for next year. I have been working with, radio tower vendors from Peoria, from Joliet, and from KBK, St. Anna, down at KBK. And so, I've gotten 2 estimates from both of them. They are both, minus concrete, which I've been working with Bob on with that. Both of the estimates right now, minus the concrete and the frame, are both under 20,000. So I'm still waiting on the third estimate. He's communicated, he emailed me this morning, said I should have something by next week. Right now, they're looking even for replacement. They both have said right now, they're looking at probably 8 to 10 weeks for this to get done, just because of being able to get all the supplies. 10 weeks is probably the soonest it can get done. So, but it's my understanding, and I don't know without talking to the concrete contractors, concrete is gonna have to sit and cure for an unknown amount of weeks anyway, for anything to be done with it, so. So I went to property committee last week, and I'm here now, and I'm also on the agenda for finance next too. So my question is, for this committee, because this is our committee, what would you prefer, what would you suggest that we currently do? Like I said, we already had $15,000 of the project budgeted for this year. So.
Man,
I can tell you one more thing from property committee last week. I was asked by, Chairman Torres to find out if I could get a grant for it. I could amend my newly submitted, emergency management performance grant and include that in on there. However, that's gonna add cost and time, because we're doing permanent fixture adjustments. There has to be an EHP or an environmental historic preservation, survey done. Even though there was one done 14 years ago when the building was built, it's outside the realm, so those are usually only good for 5 years max. Because I talked to Amy yesterday, because they're the ones. So we'd have to have another study done, just like I said, running out of time, and it's gonna add more money to the overall project. So,
we'd still save money doing it that way though. Trying to get it.
well, this grant, keep in mind, is up to 50% reimbursement, so this is not 100% grant. So there's still a side on the county that's still gonna have to pay for it.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you check to see if we could? Stephanie?
So,
It's communications. Safety.
Yeah, is that part of it? I was just gonna say, yeah.
Is to get the program. To be able to shape it. To be followers, decrease in revenue. I'm sure how much we take it. So that help us.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Stephanie or Don, because I've also read the act as well, the political stuff. when it comes to communications, as you're talking about, with the pandemic, it has communications that go out to the public. Which our radios do not, goes out to the sheriff's office, to local fire, it's within the public safety realm. So unless they change the parameters of it, communications itself had to be communications being able to be public. Is that? Correct. If you use any federal grants, whether it's my grant or any other grant, we'll have to do another EHP. That's a given. Anytime we use federal funds, because the EHP program is a FEMA program that started back in the early. Like I said, we had EHP for the building when it was built. I got all the documentation, so I'm thinking, if we ever already done an EHP, we've already got one, we don't have another one. And I got quickly schooled on that. That was the next, those initial EHPs were only 5 years max. And that was done in 2007, so it's been 14 years since the last EHP. Plus, work with Bob, I've already started to do the big project. I've already done with the Julie call, so that stuff is already, and it's only been through, what did I tell you, Bob, July 18th? Yeah. So if we don't start the project, then there's gonna have. Sorry.
Warranty, guarantee, or anything like this with it, I mean, as far as, so, I mean,
The current tower,
well, that money.
there is no warranty time with the last one, because I'll be honest with you, in going back on my research on the building, it was not a radio company, a radio tower vendor that actually installed it. It was the building contractor that actually installed the antenna. And everybody, the 3 vendors that I had come out, they all said universally, yeah, you guys went as cheap as possible. Period. So you're lucky you got 10 years out of it, actually. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as far as warranty, because I've even talked to them about potential maintenance programs. They said really the only maintenance program that they do is, there's nothing really, this one is an aluminum tower, so it's somewhat flexible compared to a steel tower. Steel tower, there is no maintenance to it, and that's what we're. And this current one is fixed to the building, it's secured to the building. It was built that way, it was designed that way. And the new ones, they said, you don't ever want to attach it to the building. Because they asked me, why do you want to attach it to the building? Because that's what I told them. I said, well, only because the current one is. And they said, no, you should never do that. Well, okay, the experts, I'm going to take their word on it. So we even went down the possible avenue of one of the companies that possibly offered up, actually the one from KKE offered up a possible used steel tower that we could use. It's not even a complete tower. And they can't make it complete, so that's even out for an option as well. So. But they said with steel towers, you don't need a maintenance program. The only maintenance program you're really gonna want is maintenance on the antenna at the top of the tower.
It's not a moisture up there. Subjective. That's the only reason.
Yeah, this new tower time will have to go, the concrete will have to go much deeper. Per the specs that we've gotten from 2 out of the 3 companies, you're looking between 3.5 to 4.5 feet deep on the concrete. Where this one, what's your best guess on that, Bob? Yeah, it's not very deep. The concrete itself is not very deep. It's not as deep as it should be. Especially for a radio tower. This is like an old TV tower, like a TV antenna. Yeah. Yeah.
Glad to hear you on that. Water, it left at 4 feet or so. Thank you.
How long did the engineer
Yeah, because when we were out there, Bob can attest, it's too bad none of us had our phones out and were taking a video. But it was windy the day that we were out there. You could actually see the antenna shift and sway and turn. And we're all like, okay, we're just gonna back up. That's how bad it was. And if it comes down on its own, you're not only looking at the cost of replacing the tower, you're looking at the cost of replacing 4 air conditioners, a generator, and damage to the building because all of our radios are tied in. It's probably gonna pull right out the wall. Not only that, but damage the roof because it's a 50-foot tower. So, like I said, you're looking at it, can do it, it's gonna cost you under $30,000 versus letting it come down, you know, on its own, it's probably gonna cost you 5 to 6 times that amount.
Any questions on WebEx? What are you looking for? Just-
Not
Do
really.
not have any questions. Well, actually, I do. How much taller from the top of the building is how much further up does that antenna go once it reaches the top of the building?
I don't have an answer for that, Joanne. Do you know, Bob? So where the tower sits, the lower part of the roof on the administrative building, how much taller? The total tower is 50 feet, but how tall is the administrative portion? The roof? About 20 feet. So it's approximately about another 30 feet up, Joanne.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. It secures right at the roof line, and that's actually right where that's where it's weakened.
I mean, we obviously have to do something, so.
Fix it.
I'm sorry, Donald. Joanne says she said we obviously have to do something with it. Has to get fixed. Minus the concrete, so we've gotten 2 out of the 3 quotes of the vendors that I've been dealing with. One is just under 16,000 and one is just under 20,000. Yeah, minus the concrete and then the crane, that's it. We figured, I talked to Bob just this morning and, we'd work with, his vendor on both of that, so.
I'll make the recommendation to forward the salary. I'm not sure how we're going to pay for it, but I'll move it there.
Emergency's got it fixed. All right, motion by Joanne, second. Or where, labor.
She said salary, but this is a tower.
Yeah, I don't.
Are you talking about
I'm sorry, to
finance, Joanne?
finance.
Finance.
Yeah,
Finance.
yeah.
So.
I'll second that motion.
Second by Gerard, Green, or Big Row.
Who seconds it? Because Lee
Green.
said it. Green.
Mr. Lee did.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, Kelly.
Yeah.
Good weekend. Have a good one.
Thank you. You guys fish?
All right, we'll go corner. Take the best for last, I guess.
All right, for the coroner's bill, 001-020, 23,172.51. 042-000-2,048.70. For 051-000-374.57. And around for 001-020, 394.96. And for 051-000-59.24.
Questions or comments on those bills? Now I got a motion by Green, second by Roche to approve them. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Hey, Rich.
Slow. Yeah. Hold up. Traffic accident. Suicides, 6 overdose. 6 COVID deaths. So. See, we got a big suicide. Suicide.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Robert Lee.
Hey, is Rich standing at the podium or is he out?
Can you come up here? He's coming, he's gonna come up to the podium.
That would help out immensely.
Okay.
Hang on, let me grab all my boots.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Want me to repeat that then?
Do you want him to repeat it, Robert?
Just keep going.
Okay. So that's why, that's the,
Any questions or comments on his report? Not, Joanne, you want to make a motion to approve his report? Great. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried.
okay. Some new stuff there in the communications that I got on, just a communication that we got from the Plain County Coroner's Office, which is where we equalize services for offices and stuff, just a FYI. Seeing from the ground. So it's a little hiccup with the call it histology. So April and May's invoices sent forward should be getting, most of those have been caught up on this bill that you just approved, and still gonna be a significant backlog. So. See it. Surge probably. Some of that stuff goes. Okay. The histology has been, so it's not. Secondly, I got communication which goes along, which is good timing from for as far as mortgage fees, facility costs. They basically hold the line on everything except for the only thing that's going to go up a little. That was fee. $1,000. It's usually $950. Coverage person that they have is Patterson. They finally found somebody to do some coverages for the person we use there. So they $50 more than normal counts because of just travel costs. Okay, so that's all. So that'll be $1,000 again. So that's that part. Lastly, here she can inform us of this. I was at the elected officials meeting just recently. Speaker that was there mentioned CARES Act money was still available through the end of December 2021. So does anybody know anything about that? They said that has been extended as a continued use, and that we were encouraged to
Keep putting in for it, then we get it.
Yeah, so I'm on out there. Check into that, Connie, and get back to me maybe and see what that is. Okay. Yeah, there was some other people there from other management agencies, and they said they indicate the same thing, so we'll have to look. Okay.
Yep.
That's it. Sex budget.
Bucket.
If he wants to go over it, he can.
Okay.
Right.
Not really.
Put their stuff on this, look, it's French cuisine in there.
You'd think so.
Yeah, yeah. On the side, too.
Thank you. Good.
Oh, that's something.
It's any fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
On,
Good or one.
this one.
Bill type one.
Yes. This is. What's this? Yeah. I'm gonna give you like 24-hour head.
Well, that's not.
Okay.
All right, first go around here, folks, so bees. All right, so I'd like to start with the 40, what we call the 42 account. That's our debt surcharge fund that we get from the state. That can only be used for technology and electronics. Recently just got our check, so that's in there with Stephanie and I. The average, the check was in for $3,922, so we've got $339.62 with interest. So just basing that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Where you're at.
Oh, okay, so are you on 42? It says on the top, it says 042 debt surcharge fund. It should be 3 sheets. Sorry if you're missing page. It's okay. That's all right. That's okay. So the check came in a little lower than the last couple of years, as you see. So we will just base it off of that for next year. So we won't overshoot. So, you know, that's the easy line item. That's technology and electronics. So you got to spend that. It's kind of like. It's kind of. That's one of my discretionary accounts. Like, you buy computers and things.
Do we usually separately for the finance?
Yeah.
They have in the past, but
Yeah.
recall, right?
It's just the one that I signed. Everybody signs and just.
That's the process the auditors follow and that's it.
Is that the process you're following this year?
That's the process I'm following.
Thank you so much.
Suggestion for all.
Good to meet. Any suggestions, comments? If not, I need a motion and a second to approve and forward to finance. Gray, Roach, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Let's go on.
Okay, then we're gonna do the 051 water fees. That's another legislative corner, discretionary account. That's from the fees that are collected from. So here again, on the interest, we suddenly came up with the $500 average interest. Corners fees were predicted probably bring in 28,500, so we'll have 28,000. Of that side, we put down 20,000 line item, 1,000 in office supplies, 5,000 in safety. I did this year. Say intend to purchase a vehicle. Cash balance of that account. That's the proposed budget.
What fund are you talking about?
051. Yep.
Any questions or comments? Not, I need a motion and a second to approve and forward to finance. Roach, Green, all in favor? All opposed?
Aye. Oh,
Thank you, motion carries.
Okay, now the important one. General fund. So it should say up there, general corner, zero, it's 020 account. Starting down below, just a heads up, what we did is we carried across, as far as the payroll part, I don't have that yet, part of the budget, I realize that. This is still. So we did carry across the payroll portions, holding the line on that, there's no pension. Increases on those. The ones I don't know, where it's, you see that I left off with the one that says payroll line item. Cause that's the line item, like I say, I have to get information from the list. That's a combination of the administrative deputy's position. Once I get that information. So I'll have to circle back with. Salary, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's on that front. So if we go to start backwards, actually. Line. So if you look right above, which would be line 6, which is item 601017, supplies corner. Okay. I have in there posed the same as I did last year, 4,200. That's a line item that gloves, body bags on it comes out. So we have an asterisk because this is a suggestion I have. Help, because I do have some increases proposed for up above. So one of the things that I gleaned from ARP money, we can use that for obviously COVID is COVID related. So my proposal is to potentially we could take that amount and apply for that's an amount we can apply for it for that grant. For some money. And basically this way I can basically order, supply or something of the body bags and stuff, so it wouldn't have to come up. His opinion is on that. So I don't know. I'm sure you can spell it out part A. But we're related. That's a real small amount. Just remember, if we did it, next year's budget, it's a one-time thing, I'll have to have that line item back, though, that's the thing. Got a possibility with this money, so why not use it? That's my thought, save the taxpayer. On this year. Okay. So anyway, that's that. Office supplies, keeping it the same. Dues and subscriptions, now, that, it was at $32.50. What I've done here is we took that and we had, if you look under maintenance and software, which is $16.50, I lowered that to $2.50 proposal. Because last year, software, we had to actually pay for the upgrade. Forensic Filer, it's our case management software. We had to have a one-time payment of that. Now it's just under the contract for the next couple of years. So now it's basically a dues and subscription. So we're moving that amount basically down to there. That's why I end up proposing I need, because that's what I need for my subscriptions for my. That includes my TLO when I look up proceedings, our case management software. So we got our dues for our association, the MTU for our. That's why that is proposing 48. It's an increase, but $1,400 out of here. Meal expense, I proposed $900, lower that down $100. Seem to be using everything. Education, like keep it the same. Telephone, keep that the same. Mileage for the deputies. That's a tricky one. They get reimbursed by the current federal rate. Always is different. So right now we're behind. So I think we should, I'm proposing we need to add a little
money into that, so we don't go. Slope is also increased, so we seem to be behind that particular fund. Travel, lodging, that's staying the same. Software, proposed to drop that, just explain to you about it, it's a subscription. Vehicle maintenance, stay the same. Class 3, which is all to do with toxins and. So basically toxicology is a portion that tox thing and correct spoke to me. With, it's like we get the best rate because all the owners are part of this contract. This is the year that they said it's going to go up 10%. It's coming in 20% December. So I had to adjust that accordingly. And then professional services post-mortem, so that's the cost of with more, that's pathologist fees, histology fees, storage fees, all that kind of stuff. If you look like you're watching our billing, you can see we're on pace again, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm proposing because last year I know had a cut. This minute we all asked to make a cut in those lines. 12%, but I feel we really should be realistic and get that up to 18 numbers. And so I 64 patient of it, that would be more in line with what we, as you can see, that we've already look at what we spent. We've already spent over 2/3 of that. Actually, they're going to be sure because we cut that. So I'm trying, what I do is I take a 3-year and multiply that by biopsy cost, and that's the number I get. It's up to you guys. Pull that number if you feel it's appropriate. That's it.
Questions or comments? Motion is second to approve and forward to finance. Great. Folks, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Can I ask one question? What did you guys want to do on that? How did you want to do that for the 200? Okay, Don, any suggestions on that?
Sorry.
On the one line item I was talking about potentially using for the our money, 4,200. How do we have to word that motion though? I mean,
Sure. No.
so we can just do like a budget adjustment or something, if that's something we can apply for that, so how that works.
I'll take 0 out.
Okay, yeah, I'm just asking, just so I know from.
0 out this year and then throw it in. It's gonna look good.
Right, so
So I just,
wait, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, okay, yeah, this is my first. Sorry. Just so I understand how it works. Too, so,
I think we
okay.
should keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Any
you.
other questions, comments? I think we're approved.
Okay, thank you.
You,
Thanks, everyone.
Jason?
A little louder than Rich, so. From, looking through these at a non-legal standpoint, it appears that the 3 bidders have all met the criteria we needed in the bid specs. Obviously, Mark will review them. If there's somebody that he feels that doesn't, it'll be in a written statement from him as to why they didn't, and that'll be addressed at the next meeting. But from what I went through the checklist, it all looks fine. For the members that aren't here today, there'll be copies of the 3 different bids in your mailbox if you'd like to review them. Normally, I know in the past, we haven't allowed you guys to have them. I think that was just, in speaking with Mark, I think that was just a certain person's personal preference. But I do believe that, you guys can have them. The only thing I'd say is that there's proprietary information in them, so they're not supposed to be shared with anybody else. And then after the bid is over, as a board, committee will collect those back and keep where.
Questions, comments? All right, thanks, Jason. No citizen comments. I need a motion, a second to adjourn. Green, Roach, all in favor? All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, everybody.